Denver, last fall, two men knocked on Michelle Garcia's door. They wanted to talk about voting. One was carrying a clipboard and wearing a baseball cap. The other wore a blue-collared shirt and a lanyard. She said at first she thought nothing of it, as it's not uncommon for candidates or political parties to canvass her neighborhood in Pueblo, Colorado. But the men at Garcia's door weren't part of a get-out-the-vote effort. They were part of a growing national movement by regular people to try to root out alleged fraud in America's elections. We're doing a voter verification project. We're working off the city voter list and we wanted to ask a couple questions about the 2020 vote, said one of the two men, in a video recording from Garcia's front door camera. They wanted to know whether she cast her ballot in person or by mail. His specific questions were, did you vote by mail and ballot? How many times have you voted? He wanted to know who I voted for, who I supported, Garcia recounted in April. How do I know that it wasn't changed? And a lot of it was targeted at the county clerk and recorder's office and that it was fraudulent. Garcia told them she'd never had any issues and didn't want to discuss her personal voting record. There was no boundaries with their ethics or with civility. They will push until you give an answer. They are very intimidating. She added, it's not a question of, do you think that this was done? How do you feel about it? It is, we know that this is done. How do you know it wasn't? In the more than 18 months since the 2020 election, no widespread fraud has been found anywhere in the United States. Yet these sorts of controversial efforts, where everyday Americans are galvanized by a steadfast election denial movement to try to uncover voter fraud in their own communities, are growing. The data they yield isn't considered credible by election experts, and the door-to-door nature of the interactions is raising concerns about voter intimidation. These groups claim to be election integrity groups and nothing could be further from the truth. They're undermining public confidence in new,